about how classroom procedures can make the classroom better. And to start off, I have a short little video. How many of you have ever done something called a trust fall? Everyone knows. So a trust fall, right, is when one person falls and then a friend's supposed to catch them, and it builds trust. And we're going to watch a girl teach her friend how to do a trust fall and see how it goes. Oh.
Okay, then Lauren's going to catch you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's called the trust.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so we're not going to get the sound. So, oh, maybe.
You can hear it though.
Yeah, can you guys hear it? Okay, cool.
We hear it perfectly.
Great, then we'll just listen to it from the computer and we'll start again. So listen closely.
Okay, then Lauren's going to catch you. Okay, it's called the trust fall. Okay, trust fall. Ready, set, go.
Okay, so what went wrong with the trust fall? That's the problem with YouTube. But what was the problem with the trust fall?
She didn't fall in the right direction.
She didn't fall in the right direction. And why didn't she fall in the right direction?
Because she didn't specify which way to fall.
Right, just fall, just fall. So the girl followed directions and it was a problem. How many of you guys have ever been in this situation when you just aren't sure what to do? Can someone share with me, how do you feel when you're not sure what to do?
I feel out of places in the class.
Feel kind of like maybe you don't belong? Or you don't know what to do?
I'm not confident, like, you don't feel like, do I do it right, or, not confident.
Right, and maybe you're like unsure. Anybody else? How do you feel when you don't know what to do?
You just feel so dumb.
Sorry about that? You feel dumb. No, it's true. And that's the problem with having unclear instructions. As a teacher, if your classroom procedures are unclear, your students are going to feel dumb. They're going to feel out of place. They might not feel confident. So today we're going to talk about how we can make sure that none of those things happen. How we can make sure that the classroom runs smoothly. So Mayumi is going to talk about our objectives for today.
Okay, so today we have the object. We made a so cute one. Actually, Tori. It's the object. And we have different parts. So, the first one is learners will identify and record key characteristics of effective classroom procedures. So this is really important too. Yeah, second part, maybe I can invite someone to read. And so, hey Marsha, because you're sitting close, you can read it. Next point, can you read it?
Learners will demonstrate good social skills by participating in group discussion and listening to others' ideas.
Okay. And then the last one.
Learners will be able to create a real-life application of a procedure for their future classroom.
These are today's objects, and so you're going to achieve these, so you need to focus on those things. And the next is?
Okay, so in order to do that, each one of you is going to become an expert in a specific classroom procedure. And we're going to put you into groups so that together you can become experts on that one topic. So here I have the list of the groups. So what you're going to do, well actually first, I want you to take out a piece of paper. Everybody take out a piece of paper. Any piece of paper, it can be lined, it can be blank, just piece of paper.
Any paper is fine, but we can use the white paper, both sides white.
Oh, both sides white.
Yeah, both sides white.
Who doesn't have a paper? Who needs some?
Ayan po,
Okay. Now I want you to take your paper and fold it in half. Okay, now fold it in half again. so that you got your tiny little, almost like you're making a card. And then when you open it up, you'll see you have 4 sections. Now in one corner, you'll write the number 1, and then 2, 3, 4. All right, this is going to be your worksheet for today, so you can keep track of all of the things that we're learning. So we folded it in half, and then in half again. When it's open, you should have 4 sections, and you label them. All right? And now what you're going to do is you're going to look for your name, find out what group you're in, and what is your responsibility. So at the top of your paper, write down your name, your group, and your responsibility. And you'll want to write a little smaller than I did so that you can fit other information. So that's how you remember what group you're in and what you're supposed to do.
And also we have a specific jobs, and also the jobs is specific ideas what you're going to do. So first you can try to make a group, and number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we have the number on the back. So you can try to make a group.
Okay, so the reader is in charge of reading the section out loud to their class in a clear voice. You're going to have 5 minutes for this group project, and so there's a timekeeper to make sure that you don't go over the time. The facilitator makes sure that every single person in your group participates, and then the focuser makes sure that you're talking about the subject and not about Downton Abbey or what happened last weekend or whatever it may be. So these are the instructions. When I say go, you're going to go to your group number. Everybody have it written down? Great. And then once you're seated, the reader will begin to read. After you read, decide what the main ideas are and write that in box number 1. And then talk about why it's important and put it in box number 2. Everybody understand the instructions? Is there anyone who's not sure? Sure. Okay. So you know what group number you're in?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you see where it is in the classroom?
Yes.
When I say go, you're going to walk over there. Once your group is all there, the person who's the reader will start reading
Yeah, we have
the paper that we give you. And then after you read, you'll talk with your group and decide what is the most important thing. You'll write that in box number 1. And then why is it important? You write that in box number 2. Is that clear now? Yes. Perfect. Ready, go. Okay. Here is your timer. Make sure that the timekeeper is paying attention.
Number 1, specify the group name. Learning together is good by the concept of a support. There are support groups for people trying to lose weight, stop addiction, overcome and learn parents' view. Support effective for single parents, senior citizens, abusers, battered wives, and more veterans. Networking groups, startup groups, and CEO groups support each other in expanding their businesses. Consider calling your group support groups and each member of the support group and support body.
She's going to help
The
you.
support group is formed by the people who like needs and goals, who join together to care for and help one another solve problems and achieve success. Support groups in classroom are formed for the same reason. Number 2, specify the group size. The size of the group is a factor of how many jobs are needed to complete the activity. For instance, in a group of 4, student number 1 is the responsible for getting the materials and returning them. The appropriate place, workday, or period is open. Student number 2 is responsible for seeing that the health of the activities are followed. Student number 3 is responsible for making observations, report status, and taking minutes while the activity progresses. Student number 4 is responsible for overseeing the writing of the group report. State the purpose, materials, and steps of the activity. The student must be assigned an activity that is structured enough so that they will know what is to be done and how to do it. See the activity on page examples of how to do that. Okay. Number 4, teach the procedures. Here are 4 procedures for you to continue with your students. You are responsible for your own child, the result of the group. In the working world, you are responsible for your own child, and the result of the working world with the people you work with. If you have a question, ask your support buddies. Do not ask your teachers in the working world. You do not raise your hands for help. You will see. Ask, research, and Google because you are expected to act on your own initiative. You must be willing to help if a support buddy asks you for help. In the working world, you are expected to apply teamwork skills. If no one can answer a question, then agree on a consensus questions and appoint one person to raise their hand for help from the teacher. In the working world, negotiating and reaching agreements.
Everybody should write it in their notes.
So I could write it.
So everybody's gonna write on their own paper so they can all have the information. What's the main idea of this, and why is this main idea important? Why is it worthwhile?
How many minutes left?
Okay, obviously it doesn't need to be big, eloquent things. Just the main idea, why is it
Oh, so more likely it's all about how you divide it into it, or and like according to what I read, it's more like about you to not ask the teachers for help first. You ask the team members. You expect the team members to be like very engaged, answering your questions. Because sometimes, you know, when we ask questions to some of the group members, they're like, that's not good. Yes, all this time. Why do we think? But it teaches us here that whenever a group member has a question, the rest of the group members are in charge of answering her question. So that's another meaning.
Were you able to find the main idea? Did you guys agree on the main idea?
I was talking.
How to do and which group, you know, the member are they going to like joining in the group so that they know what to expect. It's the first thing you need to do as a teacher to explain your student. This is what you want to do in class. This is the group that you're going to work with. I don't know why class climate is important.
What do you think, Ben?
Yay.
Do you agree with what they say? Yeah. Great. All right.
What does it mean with the
Okay, so everyone probably you wrote the main ideas and also the why and how you probably wrote down. And you have a number 3 and 4 on your sheet. So number 3, you can write down what the most interests to you. And also number 4 is what kind of question you had when you read or you couldn't understand, so you can write down. Okay. Yeah, so number 3 is interesting stuff, and number 4 is a question.
You're reading?
It's reading, yeah, from the reading.
So this is your own personal opinion. What did you like? And then what are you still like to know? So just write down the idea. It's just so that we can know, like.
Number 3 and 4?
So number 3, what was something you liked about the reading? Something that you thought was cool or a good idea. And then number 4, what questions do you still have?
successful students can be determined by successful teacher.
So just like view of the students, just the only
The students' achievement.
I think everything Yeah, and also what you couldn't understand or what you want to know more about, then you can write down the whole teaching. It's going to be as well. Okay, so probably you write them. So did you write your ideas, opinions? Yes or not? Yes, okay. Okay, so now we are going to divide the different groups. So you got the different jobs. So we are going to make the groups by the jobs, okay, each jobs. So first here, number 1, the readers can be here, and also the timekeepers, number 2. And also facilitators, you can be number 3 part, and also the forecaster is going to be number 5 part. So
Everybody know where they're going? Anybody confused? No. No? Ready, go.
Reader, timekeeper, facilitator, and the forecaster is number 5.
Okay, if you can hear me clap once, if you can hear me clap twice. Cool. Try it again later. Do you have a question?
Oh yes, I have a question. So we are going to be in a group of the responsibilities, right?
Yes, so everyone in your group should have had the same responsibilities in the last group. So now what happens is you all are experts in different procedures. So now you're going to take turns sharing what you've learned. And you'll have 1 minute each person. So first, like if I'm in the reader group, number 1 will share the main idea and why it was important. And then number 2, and what everyone else is doing while they're listening is you have your paper, you're going to flip it over to the back. And use the 4 squares on the back to write notes about the other 4 presenters. Right? So by the end, this paper is going to be a wealth of knowledge. You're going to have so much important information on there. Anybody have questions about what they should do?
Yeah, so we need some people, but you don't need to worry about if you miss the information. Just what you know about it. What number you have, you can just share it.
Okay. All right. So you've got 5 minutes for this activity, 1 minute each person. Ready, go.
In every classroom, so the students can get.
And then
students
all come up to board pencil sharpness. And then it's important because you have less confusion and
Decrease the wasted time
while you're sharpening.
So there's like a new pencil can and a used pencil can.
Sure. With us is classroom procedures. Teaching is preparing how the times they're considered using the they have the best way is that if they follow the teacher clear, give the instruction clearly and understandable for the student, it will avoid the student confusion. The second, there is no misunderstanding or mess around in the classroom. They will never waste time like, teacher, you missed this out. Can you repeat?
Yeah. I think we'll be able to do like a mini closure, like a minute.
So mine is effective most students are explanation. So
From one activity to another.
Okay, finish up what you have to say. In the next couple of seconds, we're going to have to end a little bit early. So go ahead and finish your main idea. If you didn't get to everybody, that's okay.
Smooth transition for better
teacher explain to this is what this is the tablet that actually uses that group that we're dealing with. So we like giving them to try for the activity that we did and also the next year
Okay, if you can hear me, clap once. Can you hear me, clap twice. Great.
Okay, so everyone, probably you share the information. So I would love to ask someone to share what you had interest about this study, and who wants to share about what you learned today.
Okay, so from Nale, I learned, from Yuri, how to not waste time in class, especially like providing the tools for the kids, like the pencils or anything. So teacher should be able to prepare, maybe provide the new pencil can and sharpen the pencil to the students. So basically like they're not going to waste their time. So they just study over there. And Nale talking about follow and give a clear instruction. So teacher should be able to give a clear instruction to the student.
Okay. Thanks so much for sharing. So now these papers have a bunch of different ideas for you to go and actually form your own procedures for your classrooms. And if you use these things to make plans, you'll have classrooms that go smoothly and all your students will know what to do and that'll make them more confident. So go ahead and hold on to those papers. The end. Thank you.